Connor this morning about the officiating and some of your comments. He doesn't think there's benefit to him as a player to say much publicly about it. He doesn't seem to confront them a lot on the ice. Do you like the way Connor goes about his business dealing with the referees?
Yeah, he just plays. I mean, he's like any other player. He wants his space on the ice. He just plays, and it's my job to whine and complain, and I'm good at it. So we did it.
What improvements do you want to see on the PK from Sunday?
Sorry?
What improvements do you want to see on the PK from Sunday?
Well, that's the first time all year that we got held to the outside and didn't get to the inside. You know, we've done an amazing job at adjusting. And Vancouver, that's the hardest we got checked all year. And they kept us on the outside in zone, and we couldn't get scoring chances because of it. And I said to people before, the NHL, you play defense in the offensive zone. You can't play on counterattack. You can't play cautious. You have to play in the offensive zone, and it's the least amount of time we spend in the O zone in any of the games we played. And credit to them, they kept us on the outside, but we didn't fight for the space on the inside, and we need to get there.
Ken, what do you like about Jujhar Khaira's play of late, and is he a guy that you can kind of move around the lineup, and he's starting to produce offensively now?
You're talking about who?
Jujhar Khaira.
Oh. It's funny because when he was in junior and in minor pro, he's a center. And he sees himself as a center. When we bring him up here, he plays as a left winger. And if we're going to get to another level and expect to be a playoff team and do damage in the second half of the season, we need more participants. That's why we made the changes we did. We talked it over with the players yesterday. We got to get more players participating for longer minutes in the game. And he's one guy that I see, him and Pull-RV are two of the guys for us that look like they can bring even more. So we got to get him in a position where we can take advantage of it. So we're going to try him at center and see how he looks. But the big plan is whoever it is, whoever the 12 are, we need more participation from that forward group to get to a next level. Because right now what we're doing is we're relying on too few players, and at the end of the game, especially in a really intense playoff-like game like the one in Vancouver was, we had some people who were worn down and had played too many minutes, and it showed in their play, and we got to get more guys helping us in a better way, and he's one of them.
Ken, one guy who's playing a lot of minutes for you since Kleppbaum is Darnell Nurse, playing just over 29 minutes. He also has 6 points in the 4 games. Do you see his offensive potential? And what is it that you like about, he's talked a lot for the last 2 years, he wanted to be a better guy in the offensive zone. In your short time here, is there anything you've noticed about him offensively that you've liked, especially with more minutes?
Yeah, no think, better play. Get on the bench, sit down, pop back up, go play again. Like there's certain players, Pietrangelo is that type of player too. The less he rests, the better he plays, and that's Darnell. We got to get him out there as much as we can, every second go if we can. He's a much better player playing 25 plus than he is playing 20 minutes. And some guys lose focus when they're on the bench too long. And he's a guy that needs to play a lot. And when he plays a lot, there's more flow to his game. He's got really good offensive instincts. He's got a bomb for a point shot. And we just got to get him out there as much as we can. And the injuries afford us that opportunity. But even bringing it back, he's got to play top 3 minutes every night if we're going to get the best out of him.
Ken, when you started Jason on the first line, you said it needed some game to adapt to the pace of the first line. How do you like his play lately? And you keep playing him, so that's probably because you like him there?
Alex is a guy, to me, like it's a very unique skill. It's called spots and spacing, and he can find spots and spacing on the ice better than anybody on our team. In other words, he can find quiet areas, pockets in the game where he can get a shot away. And he knows where those spots and spaces are, and he finds them, and that's why he scores. He scores almost all of his goals from the same 2 locations. And he gets there early and he's set. Some guys arrive there when the puck arrives there. Some guys work their whole careers to get there to figure it out. He knows where the quiet spaces are, where those spots are, and finds them, and then gets the shot away right away. And that's a very unique skill. And because he's got two guys that can hang on to the puck and play one-on-one, it buys him an extra 2 or 3 seconds to get into those holes, and then he just lets it rip from there. Last goal, the goal we scored in Vancouver is another perfect example of that. He knew exactly where to go, and he got himself into that area and then shot it, and he scores from there. And, you know, he's a really good fit for the way those two guys play.
Ken, would you also like to get video of how he blocks out a goaltender on a power play? A lot of guys don't know how to screen a goaltender. He gets his butt in the goalie's face and is willing to stand there and tip pucks as opposed to standing on the side of the net.
Yeah, well, what he does better than anybody is he reads the angle of the shooter. So sometimes you're a guy on the off wing and he knows which side of the net to cover over, and when you're same side shooter, he knows which part of the net. So he gets in the goalie's eyes, and it allows the shooter to look at a hole. Whether it's short side or long side, he allows the shooter to look at the hole because he can gauge where the goalie's basic face mask is, and he takes away the face mask all the time. So his angle isn't the same. Like some guys can go and stand in front of the net and the goalie can see around him every time. But he knows exactly what the angle of the shot is so that he can get into those spaces where you can pick, as a shooter coming towards the net, you can pick your angle a lot better because he's taken away a part of the net that you like. I think the big thing for him is that he gets there early enough that he's got his space in there, and if you're going to cover him over, you're going to be a double screen, and he's smart that way. His whole game is based on getting into scoring areas very early in the shift and staying there. Thanks.